Hello. Just going live on Instagram and over on Facebook on Spiritual Events Directory. So what we'll do is we're going to start with a current energy check-in for the week ahead. So we will do this on both platforms, but I will be answering live Q&As over on Facebook. So for anyone that wants to ask a question and you're on Instagram, please jump on over to Spiritual Events Directory so that you can ask your questions. Hi, Catherine. Hi, Leah. So let's get into it for looking at the coming energies of the week ahead. Oh, and just before I start, guides are just mentioning as well, I'm not sure if anyone else has been feeling the same. Hi, Shakti. Hi, Jaylene. So last night was just really a difficult night to sleep. And I've heard friends from different parts of the world saying the same thing. So for me, I woke up about 1:30. I think I went to bed at midnight, woke up at 1:30. And it was like this coming out of body experience and then going in and out. It felt like a vibrational shift. So I'm not sure if anyone else felt the same thing. I had to put some meditations on to go back to sleep and then woke up a couple of times and then woke up early as well. So it definitely feels like we're having a bit of a boost to energy at the moment. And it feels like a few things are kind of like coming into alignment. So I'm interested to see what cards we have tonight. All right. Oh, we've got some jumping out. And this is interesting because this came out on my show this morning. So let's just get into it. They're just telling me take the bottom three cards. Okay. Usually I would pick cards from where I feel drawn. Hi, Nicholas. Good to see you on here. So yeah, we've got the bottom three cards of the deck tonight are the ones that they're telling me to go with. So we actually had one of these cards on the show that I did this morning with Beyond Mystic over on YouTube and Patreon. So, and I just saw a little sparkle out the corner of my eye. So we have the Strength card. So these are the energies to align and focus on for the rest of the week. These cards, all three of them, so Strength, the High Priestess, and also the card of Virtue. This is telling us to all stand in our power for this coming week. We need to be strong. We need to have conviction. We need to have confidence in who we are. We can see these two wand cards sort of follow this same pattern, but we can see the High Priestess is on the throne, manifesting the reality that she wants to come about. So very important at the moment on a physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual level. So I'll just talk about this. So in two of these cards, we have solar influence. And what I mean by that is that we have the energy of the sun coming in. Thank you for your messages, everyone. Okay, so for those that do want to ask questions after we finish this reading going for the week, please jump on over to Spiritual Events Directory on Facebook because I'll be answering live questions there. So we have some Sagittarian and some Sun energy here. We have the card of kind of like coming into completion, or something needs to come in before we get to kind of that completed state. This speaks to me as kind of like eclipse energy down the bottom here. It also speaks of coming into this sun. So we really need to kind of like go into that darker inner shadow aspect, possibly in that underworld type energy. So we need to kind of keep working on clearing out these emotional depths so that we can also connect into this light of the sun, which I feel represents kind of like that more conscious aspect, whereas like the eclipse energy is perhaps this inner conscious energy. So we do have these other arrows coming into alignment. So this I feel is not necessarily, actually it's the same, we've got a bit of Sagittarian energy here too. I feel that it represents kind of like putting that bow down on the lap. So it's interesting. It's not kind of like take aim. This is about knowing who you are. This is about owning it. And it's the same with this card with the Virtue. So we need to be in direct alignment with who we are. We need to sort of step into this Mars kind of like Aries energy. We need to step into this confidence of the sun. So, hey Jess. Yeah, so interesting energy. I'm just seeing if there's anything else that we need to mention with this. They're kind of a little bit self-explanatory, although this is kind of playing into the vibrational alignment to do with the universe. This is like you playing your harp. It's about you attracting and vibrating this energy of who you are and things kind of like coming towards you. So this is about magnetism for me, as is kind of like this sun energy. And so is this card of Virtue. This is really, to me, speaking about, you know, stepping into your confidence. This orange always speaks of confidence to me. It speaks of being that life of the party energy. But with this High Priestess, she's gone from manifesting using tools, and she's popped them on her knee to know that she's in this higher state of abundance, and she's accepting who she is and calling it in from the universe. You can see the energy of her is this heart energy that we have too. So you can see there's the green and the blue with the higher aspect of gold. So this is bringing in that solar energy that we have in the top two of these cards, that we have sun symbol in the top. It's shining in your light, it's shining in all of your glory, knowing that you can manifest. So I feel that it's a very interesting week ahead. So we had strength going into the high priestess, followed by virtue. So also standing in your truth, standing in your virtue as well. I feel that that's very important. Let's also get some clarifying cards. So we're going to jump over to the other tarot deck, telling me, getting to pick from the bottom, we have the card of the star. To me, when I picked the card of the star, this is very much not just a starseed type energy. This is also speaking to me about being yourself. It's also a knowledge bearer, because it's Aquarian energy. So this is kind of like bringing of the new age. And we were talking before about stepping into that vibrational alignment. So what I also see with this is she's pouring like onto the earth. In the other deck of cards, she's holding one up to the sky as she's flowing this energy down onto the earth. So there's that bringing in of source energy and then sharing it with the earth and sharing it with the people, but she's bringing it down into a consumable form. So it's not that she's feeding people the stardust or things like this. This is really about feeding the essence of who we are on a soul level. So very cool that we have this. They're telling me to pick one from the middle of the deck here. And oh, this is interesting. So we have the Seven of Cups. So this is sometimes a little bit of an undecided energy. It's a little bit of, there's a piece over here, a piece over there. There's a little bit of confusion when it comes to the heart and when it comes to the gut. So this is where it's very important to step into your own energies for the moment and really be in that high priestess star energy, followed by the virtue and also this strength card too. Hey, Amy. So let's ask, all right, where else do you want a card from? All right, they're telling me from here. Oh, the Hierophant. So to me, this is kind of sometimes represented as like a priest energy. For me, sometimes this also speaks of a magician, like a magic person in my other deck. So this is about sort of standing in your power, standing in your magic. There's keys in this as well. Okay, I'm just listening to what they're talking about to do with the keys. So with the keys, who are you waiting for to give you the keys? This is what they're saying, like, who are you waiting for permission to move on through the week? So look at what area you were waiting for to get the keys, whether it's keys to a house, keys to, a new career, or whether it's keys to sort of like unlock doorways emotionally. So having a look at like where you see these keys. So let's have a pick from, this one is the Starseed Oracle. So I love this box. So let's pick a card from the Starseed Oracle, and then we'll move underway on Spiritual Events Directory to pick some cards. All right, where do we need to pick? Okay, so we have, I think there's two. Surrender to the Sweetness and Star Keeper. How important is that when we look at the energies of the Hierophant, the Star, the Priestess? Look at these. When we have these like all together, such a powerful week coming up the week ahead, making sure that you stay in your power, making sure that you stand in your truth too. So it says, surrender to the sweetness, Venus energy, pleasure, joy, make love to life. So such a sweet, beautiful energy that we have for this week. It's a little bit of paradise. If you have time to get out in nature, making time for that. The other one we have is Star Keeper, Cosmic Ancestor, seed the light by staying grounded. And this also reminds me that I do have an online conference that I'm part of this weekend. So Stephen and Evan Strong, who do the Forgotten Origin conferences, they are doing that Ancient Ancestry conference this week, and so I have put some links. But if you go on to Forgotten Origin on YouTube, you'll be able to find a link there, or go into their website, Forgotten Origin, Stephen and Evan Strong. You will be able to find links to the conference. So it's an all-day conference. It's about $25. There will be speakers speaking on the original people prophecy to do with Uluru on the 21st of December that is going down, but we will be speaking this weekend in Australia. It will be on the Sunday. So there's still a few tickets available for that. So I feel that this is sort of speaking of this energy too. We do have our ancestors and ancient alien side working with us for the moment. So very cool energies. I hope that that helps. I'm going to say goodbye over on Instagram and sending you love for the week. Please get in contact if you need a personal reading. Also using the code alchemy in my 1 hour booking sessions will give you a discount too. All right, so thank you for watching. And let's, just finishing this off and we'll get some questions. Perfect. Cool. So let's start taking some names. Oh, we've already got lots of people on here. Thank you for joining us tonight. Hello to everyone that's joining us. All right, so let's see where Spirit is drawing us. Oh, so we have some fellow Kiwis over here as well tonight with us. All right, so let's see. Oh, hi, Sana. Beautiful to see you. Catherine, let's have a look for you. So Catherine Holly, I'm going to write a few names down. So you wanted to know about babies. So remembering that our readings that we do over here are general. So we're just looking to ask the cards for some information. But if you want a one-on-one personal reading, I do have them available on my website. And let's see. Okay, Sana, let's pick you a card. Shakti. Oh, and Connie's saying she's been waking up all hours as well. All right, Daylene Witchman. And we'll start with that at the moment. The other thing that's happening energy-wise too, I don't know about you guys, but I've had the strangest electric stuff happening. You know, touching my laptop and there's like little zaps feeling like they're coming out. Doesn't seem to matter if it's plugged into electricity or not. Also touching my phone and having electricity come out of it. Things, you know, in other places too, street lights, stereo systems, FPOS machines, like so much is happening electrically at the moment, different lights as well. I've been told not to touch anything electric wise by one of my friends, so I'm trying to stay away from them at the moment. But yeah, we're definitely getting upgrades of energy. I've heard that there's a couple of solar flare type things too. So, so Catherine, when I was shuffling before, when I saw your name, I also had this card sort of like come out. So we picked the same card twice out of this deck. We have the card of the Devil. So I feel like, is there anyone sort of like getting in the way? Is there anyone playing perhaps like devil's advocate? Or is there anyone trying to stir the pot, as people would say? Or is there anyone trying to kind of like just, you know, put little words of doubt or different things in? The other thing that we have with this is you can see that Adam and Eve are kind of chained here. So there's a form of kind of control. What else do we have? I'm just feeling that Eve is to kind of like focus on her fruit right now, focus on her nurturing and different things, is what I feel. Let's pick a clarification card on that. And I'm feeling drawn out of this part. There's a Justice card as well. So we have this here. So this sometimes can represent restoring peace, restoring balance. What is it that you need to do in order to kind of like bring that sense of peace here? What is it thought-wise too that you could work on to kind of like bring that mental clarity? I feel that this is about clearing clutter of the mind. You can see that like the king or the noble person in this card is kind of like looking away. They have the sword in the air, they have the scales. There's a lot that's kind of going on in this picture. They are sitting on the throne, but I do feel that it's kind of like looking off into the future. and kind of having like a feeling of non-detachment with things as well. Let me just pick a card from this other deck, the Oracle cards. Okay, so it's saying wait. So I feel like there's a little bit going on mentally at the moment. It's talking about being more prepared. The other thing that I'm hearing them talk about, I'm hearing the name Bruce Lipton. Look into Bruce Lipton, Biology of Belief. He also talks about imprinting that happens to do with the ovum and the sperm. So preconception, he talks about whatever it is that you're experiencing 3 months emotionally ahead of conception, that this can also form an energetic imprint to do with the psychology of the child as well. So having a look into that, I feel that they're guiding us around this. So it says, it's not time yet, things are being woven. So perhaps having like a little pause on it, come back to the energy of yourself and see how that feels. So Sana, let's pick a card for you. And they're taking me to this deck. I'm just going to move these out the way. Okay, what do we need to know for Sana? Sana, this is really cute. There's spirit just pulling on my hair. I'm getting like a little gentle tug with you at the moment. I feel that spirit is trying to communicate to you. They're showing me like scrolling, and they're particularly saying the word scrolling or scribing. And I'm seeing little spirals and different things. So they're showing me, this is kind of like tapping into ET language or tapping into kind of like that soul language of the universe. So they're talking about getting these different symbols down, and then I'm seeing you like run your hand along them. So I feel that the universe and spirit is trying to speak to you at the moment in this way. So I know that you said that you'd woken up early this morning and felt guided to tune in. This is the message that I feel. They're also speaking to your intuition because they're coming on the left side and kind of pulling on the hair. So this is about paying particular attention to the energies around you. Let's flip this card. Yeah, look at this. We've got the Queen of Cups. She's emotionally and heart-based, intuitionally tuning in. She's bringing down messages. She's receiving divine connection and communication and bringing it on to the emotions of the world. And what I mean by that is, it might be messages in relation to kind of like your feeling, your empathy, your intuition, but it's about kind of bringing it down. So you can see there's a candelabra that's lit inside this beautiful seashell here, and this is kind of the message that she's bringing. There's an ibis there, which is also connected to do with Thoth or Toth, who is the god of writing. So how is the irony in this? We also have lotus too. So this is really about like unfoldment for you of spiritual gifts. I'm also being shown, this is interesting because I know that we have had this come up for you as well. I'm being shown this little beach house, and they're talking about writing. So whether you've got around to doing that, or whether this is still something that's like here in your psyche, but they're talking about this, and they're just talking about, there's a lot to say at the moment. So let's pick a card for Shakti Sirius. All right, let's see what the spirit, oh, there's a card just jumped out. So let's tune into this. This is really random, and I'm just going to say it because I always say exactly what I see. So I'm being shown the image of donuts. And I'm seeing a trail of donuts. This is interesting. So they're showing me, it's like, I guess you would call it like a glazed donut and like a decorated donut. And it's like one donut. And then there's another one. And then there's another one. They're saying there's more than one donut at the moment. I'm seeing 3. But I feel that they're referring to like people around you. So whether it's people around you are finding you quite attractive at the moment, I feel that energy of kind of like magnetism. And it's kind of like there's many treats to choose from is the energy of what they're saying. So I hope that makes sense to you. I'm just seeing another message from you now. Hold on a sec. Let me just finish reading. So I would love to know if you could please tell me anything about my twin soul and when we will meet, please. Thank you. So yeah, what I'm actually seeing at the moment is that there's souls around you, but it's more that they're like sweet treats. So let's flip this card and see what we get. So we have the card of Dominion. So sometimes this will speak to me of kind of like a little bit of confusion. The compass can kind of like be off a little bit. It is a wands card too. So having a look on things on an intellectual level, possibly like on a mind level, really starting to weigh up what it is that you're after in a partner. There is Aries and Mars energy behind this. So there might be like a lot of sexual intensity, a little bit of fire that's kind of like burning. You might be feeling Kundalini energy coming up right now too. I'm going to pick a card from the Starseed deck and see what we get. The Great Severing. So Mars energy, anger, conflict, and softening to love. So there might be some Mars energy and Mars confusion and patriarchal type, or a strong kind of masculine, and it doesn't have to be masculine as in like male energy, it can just be masculine energy to let go of. So looking at the two of these cards together, you can see this is kind of like a soul journey through a desert. So if we're doing like a solo trip through a desert, it's kind of like a little bit of that dark night of the soul type energy that you might possibly be letting go of a little bit more before. I'm just saying to them, what about if we let go of some of this energy? Can you show us a card around this? Oh, look at this, the Chariot. So when you let go of like any residual energy to do with past relationships, or whether it's like letting go of different patterns and things, we have the card of the Chariot. So you can see that there's this Cancerian energy and there's an armor that's happening, but it's gold, it's empowered. There is this whirling womb vortex energy with this. There's an opening of gateways and portals, which to me speaks of more that twin soul type energy. The other thing that I see is that there is some bullet wounds around the chest. So it's not feeling that things have to be in a perfect space in order to kind of attract this twin soul energy. But I do feel that it is some kind of temple energy or a temple card. But it is definitely Cancer. It's definitely like, you know, that mother, that nurturer energy. It is kind of a little bit slower to feel. So with the Cancerian energy, to me, it feels kind of like that it comes in, and it can sometimes feel like a little bit softer. Out of, I guess, in terms of like zodiacs, Leo has like one of the stronger, more intense energies, and then we have Cancer, which is kind of like opposite energy wise in a way. So yeah, really interesting. It might be a little bit slower to recognize. It could be someone who's more of a quieter persona than you. So yeah, hope that helps. So Daleen Wichan, let's pick a card for you, and then we'll pick some more cards. So we're getting this card come out, the card of Death. So this is also about ending of cycles. It's possibly about like reinventing yourself. It can be a card connected to do with rebirth. The other thing that I see with this too is I feel that it's the clearing of any negative influence or anyone that sort of like emotionally might make you feel that they're kind of bringing you down. And I just saw a message from you. Hi, I'm from Sydney, Pisces. Can I please have a reading to see if I will own my house one day? So this could be like really like clearing out the old energy first. I do hear them talk about this is about belief systems for you as well. There is a Scorpio energy in this. Scorpio can be kind of like watery, soulful. They're quite deep. I'm hearing spirit say they can be quite exotic as well. So if you can kind of channel this Scorpio energy, sometimes they have that energy of let's just get things done. Like they can be very focused. They can be sort of like a dog with a bone when they get going on things. So we also have a little bit of serpent kundalini energy. So perhaps channeling some kundalini or like some sexual energy into manifesting this house. Let's see what other card we have. Yeah, Knight of Swords. So you need to like really get a little bit more proactive around that. So perhaps writing up a plan, also doing some rituals around like owning your own house too, because sometimes spirit can bring things in different ways to us. So looking at what it is that you would like to manifest, what it is that you would like to bring into the world. Let's pick you a starseed card. Big picture thinking. So this is confirmation around really starting to look at that gateway or that doorway of the new house, that new portal energy. And I can feel it as I'm just sort of touching this card. I want to dive through this portal, but first we need to get a clear, big picture of what this doorway, what this portal looks like. So it says Pleiades energy, visionary, inspired ideas. So you need to get inspired about what it is that you desire, starting to formulate a big plan. So perhaps making a vision board around it. But I do feel that this is sort of like ending old patterns. So looking at patterns around money, looking at patterns around houses, other areas of life that might be holding you back from jumping in. So interesting energy. And let's pick some other people to do some cards. I'm trying to move fast to get as many as we can. Oh, okay. I just saw, Daleen, you also just said, when will money issue be over? So I feel that there needs to be deeper psychological understanding as to why the money issues occurred in the first place. You need to go below the depths of the water. So what I'm seeing is a pond. So on the surface it might look clear, but when we start to stir up things underneath, which sometimes can also be reflective of deeper emotional patterns that might be imprinted. So this could be imprinted on us from early childhood. It could be imprinted on us from like ancestry stuff. It could be imprinted on us upon to do with like past lives, things like this. It is sort of like hard to be able to target and focus in this little mini read that we're doing, but I do have private sessions available. I do have my discount code available too. Amy, let's pick a card for you. All right, and you're saying you love the Starseed Oracle, so let's pick your card out of here. So what do we need to know for Amy right now? Amy, they're saying, what is it that you're working on? So whether there's a new project or a workshop or something, they're showing me that you have more to offer to the world at the moment. I'm being shown the Spirit's going like this. They're talking about like offering your wares, and I'm seeing music, they're hitting bowls. So whether it is that you might be about to do something in person, or whether there's some kind of event or something that you've been planning, but they're hitting the vibration of the bowls, and they're saying that there's more to share. So let's flip this card. The Seven Sisters. So it's the Seven Star Sisters. Birthing Creations, which is what we were just saying, that you have a bit more to offer. Tapestry of Life and Expression. So I'm actually going to read this one out for you because I feel that there's a message in this, just that we were saying that, you know, there is something that you're working on or creating, and this could be in the spirit realm too. So maybe Spirit is saying that you need to offer yourself more in this way. So let's have a look. So I'm just having a look for this in the book because this is an oracle one. Oh, this is weird. Can't find it. Because it's a different book. That would make sense. Okay, so. It's funny, I'm scanning down the list and I feel that it's like we could take all of these messages at the moment. It just feels like that there's a lot here for us. Oh, here we go, page 100. So I'm just going to read this to you quickly because I feel that Spirit is guiding me to read this as your main message. We could have picked another card, but they wanted to pick these. So Birthing Creations, Tapestry of Life, Expressions. So there are new creations that want to be born, beauty that is yearning to be woven, new consciousness that's longing to be breathed into life. This is what we were talking about, like you offering your music and birthing something new. So if you are drawn to this card, you are being called to surrender to these creations, to usher in the new era of consciousness, and to do your bit weaving this web of life. This is the card of the artist, the midwife. You're being called to ponder questions. What wants to be birthed through you? What are the new creations that are whispering in your ear? What beauty are you being called to make? Creativity and intuition. And you can see these beautiful sisters dancing. So you might also be working with other sister energies to create this beautiful new venture. So creativity and intuition come from the same sacred place. They occur when we find ourselves flowing with the rest of life. Earth is renowned as a planet of manifestation and creativity, and yet so many of us have forgotten how to create something. Somewhere along the way, we have stopped seeing ourselves as artists, as creatives, as poets. Yet, as to be human is to be creative. Creativity is part of your true nature. Perhaps you are being called to surrender to a creative project, such as a new business or a book, or perhaps you're being called to weave beauty into your home or the way you cook. Regardless of the end result, you are being called to express yourself through creativity, to surrender to the creative projects, that both scare and excite you, to find a way to weave beauty back into everyday life, for where there is creativity and spirit, soul are present, and the world needs those qualities more than ever than before. What new creations are you being called to birth? So very important message for you. Let me just see if there's anything on here, if you've seen that one. Oh, yay, that's awesome. So Amy's saying, I'm getting started on my new business and I'm a sound therapist. Perfect. That is absolutely perfect. Oh, you're welcome, Daylene. Yeah, definitely look at breaking the cycle, because we don't want to keep having that repeat. It's like we need to cleanse and purge everything that's connected with those old patterns. So let's see who we've been drawn to. Okay, so Leanne Schultz, good evening. Last night I had a dream that of my father, and he was alive, and he told me not to sell the house. Please, can I have a card for some guidance? Let's have a look. So we're having a look for Leanne Schultz right now. Oh, this is interesting. So as I'm starting to shuffle the deck, Leanne, what I'm actually hearing from Spirit, as Spirit comes out, we have the High Priestess card coming out again. What I feel is that you're sort of like within your power at the moment in terms of like receiving psychic messages. The other energy that I heard too was, I felt that your father was trying to encourage you to go to sleep. I feel that there's more messages that he has to give you. So whether you're more receptive in a dream state, you can also tap in through meditation and hypnotherapy as well. But you have this card, the card of the Priestess at the moment. So I feel that this is really about you standing kind of like in your power. You can see that she's sitting on the throne. So this is about having energies, whether there's a higher price or perhaps it's not the best time to sell. I feel that the world is sort of like at your feet. So this is about calling energies in. You can see that there's a manifestation going on, bringing this energy to earth. The bow and arrow are on her knees. And we said before with the other, this is kind of like, say for selling the house, it's like trying to take aim, and it's like, this is what I want to have happen. But in reality, it's putting that on your lap and saying, I'm creating the power. I'm drawing this to me. I don't need tools. This is sort of like surpassing the need of tools. So this is about Spirit trying to actually work with you in this situation. So very interesting energies. You can see that there's different jewels and things that are manifesting on the earth, different gifts with flowers, the white camel, the sacred geometry, the pine cone energy, which is about paying attention to that third eye activation. I'm just getting another card because they asked me to pick one to do with paying attention to your dreams at the moment and to do with your psychic vision. So we have Scorpio and Sun energy. So Scorpio is that kind of like psychic or watery energy, that deep inner reflection of the subconscious mind. So we have the card of Prudence. This is the seed that's been planted. Perhaps your father is talking about it might not be time to harvest quite yet, is the energy that I feel. I'm also being guided to get a Syrian star card. So purpose. So this says, I connect with my higher self and remember my life purpose I chose before incarnating here on earth. So this is kind of like a template upgrade energy. I do feel with this is there might be something more that you're waiting for. It might be like looking for that missing piece of the puzzle. Definitely working with your psychic gifts at the moment, and you will start to receive some more messages is what I feel. You have the card of victory when you do this. So this is about embracing that Jupiter energy. Can you see at the top here? There's like that Jupiter symbol, and we have the Leo energy at the bottom. This is wands. This is about not sort of like over analyzing, overthinking about things. It's going with your intuition on a higher spiritual level, not necessarily like the intuition of the heart. This is almost like a precog, I feel, because it's connected to do with your dreams and things as well. So I hope that helps. Let's see who else we have on here. Oh, cool. Amy's saying, oh, magic. Thank you so much. I feel alive and tingles all over. And you should, because like you have Spirit around assisting you at the moment. So tune into that amazing energy. All right. So Crystal Manuel from New Zealand. Is there anything to look forward to for the new year? Health, general card, please, and thanks. All right, so let's pick one to do with health. We've got this one coming out. And let's also pick one to do with the new year for Crystal. What do we need to know? Oops. All right, so we have this fly out to do with the new year. So we have the Ace of Wands, really starting to like get an idea of what it is that you want to manifest, what it is that you want to flow this creative, powerful energy in. To me, this speaks of kind of like a sort of like a fiery, sort of like Mars, Aries type energy when I feel this card. You can see that it's the Kabbalah, but it's almost like the tree is on fire. So that tree of life. So some trees will actually start to seed, like in Australia here. We have some trees, and I'm sure it's probably the same in NZ as well, that's kind of the way that they will, release the seed, is when they actually have that fire, the seed will release so that they can start new life. It's like this transmutation of the fire, or walking through that dark night of the soul, or walking over those coals through those flames is what rebirths us. So you might have had a bit of a phoenix moment this year. Know that you're walking onto the other side of it. Let's have a look into health. There is heart energy underlying with this, but this also has like a higher infusion of spirit or soul energy coming in too. So let's have a look. What I'm seeing in terms of health, I'm seeing blue come in on the right hand side. I'm hearing them say the words rest and restore, rest and restore, rest and restore. They're showing me emotionally to really like work on heart chakra, really start to get that strength up in the heart chakra. Let's flip this card. Yeah, we have a little bit of Venus energy with this, so this could be why they're referring to heart. So we have a Chariot card, which is the Prince of Disc. So we have Taurian energy behind this. So this is an earth sign. It is connected to do with Venus, which is the planet of love. This can be a little bit slow moving at times. So sometimes this can be about not waiting around for others to, this is kind of taking that ball and running with it. The other thing that we have inside this sphere, you can see that there's a cube. So right in the center of this energy here, we have this cube. So this is kind of like spirit manifest over the 3D earth, or over the 3D reality. So it's asking you to kind of like pull back and look at things from a wider point of view, is what I feel with this. This Chariot has all of the balls kind of like stacked in here, and you can see that it's creating kind of like a vortex of movement. So looking at where it is that you possibly want to kind of like move, what it is that you want to create in life. When I look at these two cards together, they're quite powerful. So there might be a little bit of a cataclysmic kind of transcendent moment, walking through that dark night of the soul, that fire energy. Let's pop these back in the deck and pick a card for you from where is it? I'm going to shuffle these again. So we're going to pick out of the starseed one. All right, so let's have a look. They're also just telling me to take a deep breath before sort of like going into this transformational process. I'm also being shown turquoise with you, so I'm feeling this very strong amulet type crystal energy for you at the moment. So this is about like empowering your throat, empowering communication. It's also a healing one. It also works with psychic development. So they're giving me the words cracked open, rock bottom, surrender to the alchemy of life. So this was for Crystal from New Zealand. So we have this energy for you at the moment, and as you can see, she's sort of like cracking open. This is the same energy as that Phoenix type energy that we were picking up on before, to do with the Ace of Wands. Oh, thank you, Janine, for sending stars as well. Let's pick some more. So Amanda Stevens, we're going to go to you, and then we'll go to Janine as well. So I hope that helps, Crystal. That was really interesting energy that you've got coming towards you for next year. So definitely make the most of it. And then we'll go to Linda Blackshaw. Okay. So this first one that we're getting, oh, and Janine is saying repetitive numbers are more than ever. So usually that's a sign that, have a look into like what it is that you're thinking at the moment when you see those numbers. The other thing that sometimes it can represent is, the finishing off of different things as well. So Janine is also saying, please help me to figure out what my guides are trying to tell me. Okay, this card's coming out here. We have the card of strife. So this is about getting into alignment with your higher self. It's about avoiding distraction. So it does feel that your guides are trying to give you a message at the moment, but there's a lot happening around you. What I mean by that is I feel that things are very, very busy. It might even be sort of like a little bit of ADD energy. There might be like high distraction going on. There is some Saturn energy that's come in to kind of clean things up. So whether you've felt like different friendships move away, or new ones are coming in. There is a Leo energy around too with this, which I feel is you stepping into your power. It's that leadership energy. They're asking me to pick another card with this. The other thing that I'm also feeling feels to be a little bit of kind of like a nausea type feel, and remembering this is just general, it's just like energy that I'm tuning into with the cards. So what I mean by sort of like a nauseous energy, I feel like it's more affecting, like the energy is affecting me at the moment. And this also might be what the number synchronicities are speaking about. So looking to make sure that you're protecting your energy. Let's flip this card. We have the card of love. So this is about being in the flow. This is about you possibly having a decision or possibly having a choice. Sometimes like with this cup energy, the Two of Cups, it's like, do I pick this one or do I pick this one? I also feel that this is really about like nourishing and nurturing yourself first. It is Venus energy, and also Cancerian energy. So such a beautiful card. So yeah, please pay attention to like what it is that your guides are trying to tell you, because I feel that they are speaking messages around love. Let's pick a card out of the Starseed deck at the moment. So also around that, we did sort of get like a little bit of a nauseous feel. So really paying attention to like a frequency that you're working with at the moment. So forge, don't follow. Oh, I feel Spirit's giving a very strong message with this. Pave the new path. Be the leader that you wish that you had. So we have this. So remembering that we were saying before, you can't please everyone, that there might be some friendship groups walking away, or different people sort of like being perhaps taken out of life. And I don't mean that in a bad way. It's almost like Spirit will shine their true intentions and sort of show like the difference in personality, or difference in perhaps like not having, it's like little truths and things surfacing. We did have Saturn energy, so it's kind of that planet that stirs things up. So forge, don't follow, pave a new path, be your leader that you wish that you had. So this is really about paying attention. That's, I'm hearing Spirit say this is the message that they're really trying to get through to you at the moment is, you know, be that leader. We had the leader Leo energy with that strife card too. So it's possibly maybe getting into a little bit of strife when you are following others' paths, and you know, paying too much attention to what it is that others are doing around you. So really look at what you can do to get you onto your path. So I hope that that helps. So let's have a look for Janine. So Janine, they're getting us into the Starseed Oracle as well. All right, and they're telling me to pick some cards from the other deck too. So let's have a look. All right, so we have, this always happens. This is amazing. So funny. When we have the card come up more than once, sometimes it's also collective. So if you're resonating with this message as well, then perhaps like taking it on board. So the great severing, Mars energy, anger, conflict, softening to love. There's some kind of like opposition energy, Janine, that we're getting to do with this. So we have Venus versus Mars, male versus like masculine versus feminine energies. This is also about balance. I feel that they're trying to merge these two cards together. So perhaps looking at like your alignments and how you're sort of feeling in the world. Are you in two minds about something? What is it that you need to clear out of life at the moment? Let's also ask for confirmation out of this other deck. All right, so we're getting this card, the Devil, who is sort of like playing the devil's advocate in a way. What is it that you need to clear out? What is it that no longer serves you? Is there anyone perhaps in life that is not being 100% truthful? Really looking at like things that support you, things that nourish and nurture you. Looking at things that sort of resonate with this Venus energy. You might also want to bring some more Venus energy into the picture. So things like rose, especially over your heart, pink energies, flowers, you know, different things like that that are going to bring more of this Venus. Violets also resonate with Venus energy. Linda Blackshaw, let's pick a card for you. Oh, you're welcome, Amanda. All right, so Linda. Oh, we just had some cards drop out, and this is interesting. We just had another card that, these two cards, actually we've got three cards for you, Linda. So this to me speaks of, I felt that this was first So we have Ace of Wands. There might be the creation of something new or something possibly coming into life that feels quite exciting. It might feel magnetic, it might feel powerful, that might feel like a little bit fiery, or it could feel like this fiery transmutation of energy. So something kind of changing. And then we have Dominion. This sometimes is that confusion. It's a little bit sort of chaotic. It's neither here nor there. On a mental level, it's like I feel like one way and then I feel the other way. Then we have the Aeon, which is one of my favorite cards. This to me speaks of mind, body, and soul coming into alignment. So in order to kind of like quieten the energy of these two cards, we need to get into mind, body, soul alignment. We need to pay attention to that mother nurturer energy to manifest on the physical, spiritual, mental planes. So the other thing that we have too is this is about you stepping into your confidence. It's about you stepping into this divine feminine Isis type energy. So Isis is that beautiful goddess that birthed Horus, but she birthed Horus after the father had passed, which I think was Seth. So you can see Horus sitting on this throne here, which is sort of that ancestry energy. We also have this beautiful goddess that's like on that etheric level. So we are looking at something coming into alignment on all levels. But in order to pay attention and focus on that, we need to not be distracted by this kind of energy. So this to me felt like present time energy. So I feel that you might be shifting through this, but when you can hold tight and kind of like get your bearings on this compass, it will lead to something that feels more in alignment. So they are saying for me to pick a card from the Starseed Oracle. Wait. So that also echoes what we just had in the cards. So perhaps waiting for something to come more into vibrational alignment on all levels. So at the moment, you might be getting something come in on a physical level. You might be getting something come in on a spirit level. This is really about waiting for that better option, or waiting for something to kind of like get into vibrational alignment a little bit more. Maybe someone has a little bit more work to do before they kind of come to the party. So it says it's not time yet. Things are being woven. So you can see this person is floating on that kind of like galaxy or portal type energy, but it's almost that they're in a subconscious dream-like state. They don't look awake. They look like they're still dreaming. They're still waiting to wake up and see this opportunity ahead of them. It's a very powerful card. I hear the word abyss as well. So whether something feels like it might be an emotional abyss right now. And let's see. So, Janine is also saying, or Janini is saying that, oh my God, it's been crazy. It's that energy. Should I stay? Should I go? We have had like such crazy energy at the moment too. So it's really about getting the heart and mind into alignment. And there might not even be an answer right now. You can ask your gut too. Let's see what they say about that. Hope. You really need to tap into your heart and find the deeper messages within, and find the message that's to do with your heart, not you trying to please others. That's the energy I feel. It says always keep hope alive in your heart. Align yourself with others that feel the same. So is this person treating you equally? Is something to look at. And if they're not, perhaps putting a little bit of distance between the two of you. All right. So, oh, you're welcome, Leanne. Kaz Armet. Let's pick a card for you, Kaz. And I'll just see if there's someone else that we can also put on the list. Journey, so Jurnie. I'm going to pick a card for you as well. Oh, Janine, you've got a lot happening at the moment. You're saying you're starting a new business too. Okay, my card is just falling apart, my deck. So Kaz, let's pick some cards for you. Oh, I'm so happy. You're saying everything is spot on. Wonderful. Absolutely love your readings. Thank you. Thank you so much. And thank you for sharing too. I really appreciate that. Yeah, just feel that in my heart right there. Your energy. Beautiful. So Kaz, let's see what Spirit has for you at the moment. They're just going like this and they're saying the word ta-da. Oh, Ace of Swords. This is cool. This is like an unveiling to me. This is something like a new opportunity or a new option. One's energy for me is kind of like the mind. It's the ethereal sometimes. It's kind of that thing that we sort of like have ruminating around the psyche. But for some reason, there's like an abracadabra They're being very specific on that to do with the words. There's a lot of manifesting energy around you at the moment, but they're saying you need to like remove this layer of cloud. You need to like let other energies fall away so that you can step into your truth, step into your power, and then you will have your crown moment. So I'm seeing this crown come in from spirit, and this is a one card too, but you can see there's this energy waiting at the base of this sword, this kundalini snake energy that's waiting to like work its way up the top and work its magic up the top too. Oh, thank you, Janine, for sending stars. That's so sweet. So yeah, Kaz, that's the message that I have for you. And they are so cheeky around you. You have really cheeky spirit guides. They're very cute. They're like, just one more card out of that deck. They're very cute. We have the card of luxury. So whatever it is that you're wanting to manifest, I feel that this is kind of like that end goal. So dream bigger, get clarity, help spirit, or let spirit help you in kind of removing others from your path that no longer need to be there, that perhaps don't support your vision or goal. And they are guiding to pick one of these. Starkeeper, we had this before too. Don't you guys find this crazy? Out of all of the amount of cards in the decks that we pull the same ones, I find that intriguing. I think that this is where sometimes it is that collective. So Starkeeper, cosmic ancestor, see the light by staying grounded. So this is really about you staying grounded, Kaz, letting this light, like when you stand in your light and you raise your vibration, you're going to bring others that are more in alignment to do with this too. So let's pick a card for Journey. They're just saying to pick one out of this starseed deck as well. So let's see where do they want us to go. All right, so we've got one card from there. Now they're saying out of the Syrian star cards. So we have one card from there, and then just clearing this deck. Also for those of you that have oracle decks at home, you can always knock on it 3 times. You can sage like with Palo Santo, sage frankincense, myrrh. Look at what is jumping up. So for those of you that need to know to stand in your power and need to kind of like make way and clear and sort of like open the curtains, be in the spotlight, have others kind of like fade to the background, that stage energy that is coming up. But for Journey, let's pick a card for you to do with this. All right, there's a card here. So let's see. Oh, this is like a heat wave. When I put my hands over the cards for you, there is like a heat wave that comes. All right, blue flame. So spontaneous awakening, activation, integration time. No wonder I'm feeling the heat to do with this. So this is leading up to what we talked about at the start of the readings, which was this, end of Mayan calendar. It's prophecy time. You're perhaps like one of these blue star seeds or blue ray energies. So the blue flame and the blue ray energies are usually Sirius, from Sirius, Pleiades, also sometimes like elfish energy as well. And what I mean by that is kind of like that other realmly Lord of the Rings, beautiful elves that have, those beautiful filigree crowns, and they speak that gorgeous language. Syrian, Pleiadian, and there's another one too. I'm just Lyran or Liran. So there's a little bit of this energy, spontaneous awakening, activation, integration time. And we have hope. This came out before too. So always keep hope alive in your heart, align yourself with others that feel the same. And then we have the energy of Knight of Swords. This is about you being a starseed on your mission here. And for those that don't use the word starseed, a starseed is an energy of a soul that's come here with a particular mission or purpose. And a lot of starseeds are feeling called and awakened right now to understand, different spiritual meaning, and feeling that they need to activate, or they need to help the earth somehow, they need to help animals somehow, or perhaps they need to help humanity somehow to awaken, or to kind of like see a higher truth. So there is a bit of this energy. I am feeling the energy of heart chakra as we talk about this too. They're guiding me to this divine goddess deck for you as well. So the energy that we have here is this beautiful card. It's the Joy Permitted Mother. I am my own guru. I know the self that never changes. And I cannot pronounce this. I will try. But this is the words here. It's just beautiful. So it says Anandam Maya, Ma, possibly. So that is the energies that we have for you. They gave you quite a spread, but I do feel the underlying message is really standing in your truth right now, holding and working on your frequency leading up to this December 21st date, trying not to get distracted by being pulled into other people's dramas, because that is a little bit of the energy that is throwing starseeds off their track. You are a natural empath is the other energy that I feel with this too. So really like learning about your empathic gifts. You're also a visionary is what they're showing me. So I'm seeing sort of like a third eye activation. Also working with some turquoise energy over your third eye. You're welcome, Kaz. I'm glad that you liked it. Just see if there's anything else that we are looking for. I've probably got time for one more reading. Jace. Hello, long time no hear, lol. Hope it's not too awkward to ask for a card. Let's pick a card for you. And Spirit is jumping out with this card. Oh, they're only doing that because I must have not tucked it in properly. Let's pick a card. So asking for some information for Jace. There's that kind of energy as I start to shuffle. It's like drop your shoulders, start to relax into the energy, feeling your heart open and expand, feeling your heart soften. So whether there's been some things this year that may have felt like you had to guard or protect your heart, but the Spirit is just saying to me to soften your heart, soften the energy around. I'm also feeling a goddess card for you as well. There's a message wanting to come through from there. So we have the card of debauch. This for me is when there's been some kind of like congestion, or whether it's about staying in a situation that perhaps has not been fruitful. It's also sometimes about having to reset. There's Venus energy, so it could be around love, but we see that there's a fountain here and it's kind of like a swampy energy. But if we were to clean this and scrub it out, it could be quite beautiful. The lotuses have been not so cared for, but the fountain does connect to the top. The other thing that we have is Scorpio too. So this is like that watery emotional level. It could be like about cleansing different patterns and things from the past. I feel that this also might be lifting other people's emotions off of you. So let's look into this. Okay, so we have Catherine LeBron. So I'm not sure if I'm saying this correctly, but we have this beautiful saintly type energy, and it says the patroness of miraculous healing. So I'm ready to heal. I'm also worthy of miracles that are meant for me. So letting this be healed, asking for patterns around love to be healed, asking for things to be cleaned out, asking for the best and highest good for all in the situation. And it might just be, I do feel that this is about releasing stuff from the past. We're picking a card from this. We've got hope again. Look at this. Always keep hope alive in your heart. I think it's the third time tonight we've picked this card. So I think this is for everyone too. Always keep hope alive in your heart. Align yourself and with others that feel the same. So let's pick a card for the starseed energies for you, Jace. This is interesting. When I close my eyes to tune into this, I feel very much third eye vision quest type energy come up to do with this. I feel that your guides are encouraging you to go on a vision quest. And by that, I do not mean that it has to be the psychedelic type. It could be in form of meditation or like sound healing. So karmic relationships. So we were talking about releasing patterns from past. Orion energy, polarity, soul growth, and conflict. So definitely looking if there's anything on an emotional level that you need to clear out in terms of like whether it's kind of dissolving, karmic patterns around relationships, different things like that. I feel that it will help put you on a more prosperous, positive energy towards the future. And even if you currently are in a relationship as well, this is about upgrading. It's about like reassessing things. Doreen Looney. I think I'm saying your name right. Let's pick a card quickly for you. We have about 2 minutes left. Oh, we just had 2 fly out of the deck because we're going quick. So we have the Magnus, which I also see this as almost a similar energy to the Fool, but I see this as being a lot more masterful and having been on a journey. So it's also sort of like a closer to the earth manifestation, new beginning type energy and adjustment. So whether this is sort of like the change of something or kind of like that justice or adjustment card. It might be something sort of like coming to a finish, or something like perhaps like someone getting their karma, is what I feel around this situation, and possibly a new beginning. I feel like the world is your oyster. There's many different options open at the moment as well. Let's also see what else we have in this. Yeah, I feel this is to be more specific. You can see that there's energy lines around this. The adjustment card is kind of like blindfolded and standing on tippy toes. So Jace is saying, thanks, SOLRETA. It does make perfect sense. And I mean, long time no here, as I knew you in high school. Thanks again. Hope all is well. Oh, hey, I know who you are now. How cool. Awesome. I'm just looking at your picture. Yeah, I remember you. Lovely to see you on here. And I like your cat. Very cute. So let's also pick one more card for Doreen quickly before we close it off. We're going to pick a goddess card for you. This is about standing in your power, I feel. All right. So we have Joan of Arc. Oh my God, what did I just say? This is about standing in your power. Wow. If Joan of Arc doesn't speak about standing in your power, then she's a warrior of light. I have a steel-like faith in myself. The angels armor me with conviction. I just want to leave you on that note. I want to leave everyone on that note, because how powerful is that? So beautiful. Thank you for spending time with me here tonight. For those that would like a personal one-on-one reading, I am available through my website. My booking calendar is in international time, so it will appear in your time zone. Please use my code alchemy for 10% off. This will go through till Christmas. So sending you all so much love. For the week ahead, if you did miss my general reading for the week ahead, please make sure to catch the start of this video. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for stars and for your time.